Campbell. How's it going?
Hey, Robert.
What you got over there?
I've got an interesting project here, and would you mind having a look with me?
Yeah, sure.
So, I need to do something with these VMs, but I don't have enough capacity for next week's big launch.
Right.
So I was thinking maybe if I spin down this workload, then I could have enough cores to spare. It's not important or anything. A Companipa role.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Company payroll. Well, that won't make you any friends shutting that down. Let's address how you can get more capacity for those VMs. Your best bet is to migrate to the cloud using OpenShift Virtualization.
Well, that sounds a lot better than what I was doing, but what does it look like?
Well, let's hit up the lightboard and find out.
Sure. All right, so we can start with my servers, right?
Yep.
They're actually racks, so make it look realistic, you know? All right, now, what do?
Let's add our cloud over here.
Cumulonimbus.
Here we have our cloud on Azure. We have ARO in here. Azure Red Hat OpenShift, as we like to call it. It includes support for Red Hat OpenShift Virtualization. This means that we can have both your VMs and your containers on the same system. So let's add some VMs here. And you can even use Red Hat Advanced Cluster Management if you want. So we could have that up here. And what that means is that you can use the same system to manage all of your containers and VMs, no matter if it's on-prem or on Azure.
This is looking way better than just another data center. Plus, I don't have any data centers that are shaped like a cumulonimbus.
That is true. Another cool thing is that ARO is a fully managed first-party Azure service. So this means that you don't need to worry about security updates and patches and so on. You just focus on your apps.
So I get to work on my business, on the apps that I care about, and I let Azure and Red Hat do all the heavy lifting, and I'm still running my VMs in OpenShift.
Exactly. As a managed service, you don't need to worry about all these things. You just focus on what's important to you. What's going on?
Oh, I'm just looking to see if I have a credit card that's got a high enough limit, because this is going to be expensive, right?
No, not really.
How many VMs can I really pack into ARO?
Let's talk about cost optimization, Campbell. In your own data center, can you shut it down on the weekends or when you have low load?
No, I keep it running 24/7.
Right. And when you need more capacity, you need to get budget and...
Oh, yeah, but I plan for that in advance. I've got to figure it out. I keep about an extra 30% of hardware running at all times. It's I call it my rainy day hardware, because on rainy days, I use them to play lots of Minecraft.
Yeah. And here we have a really big difference. In the cloud, when you need to play a lot of Minecraft, you can just scale up. And then when the weekend is over, you scale back down. That is really one of the big benefits of the cloud.
And I can automate that on a schedule?
Definitely, definitely. So you could either schedule it like based on time. So you scale up and scale down. We have an autoscaler that helps to handle on this. The autoscaler can automatically sense when you get high load, then we get more nodes. And then when it goes back down, well, then it goes back down again. So this can give you up to 40% savings. Campbell, where did you go?
Oh, it's all right. Keep going. Keep going. I'm just getting ready for after the migration. You convinced me. Keep talking.
Okay, I don't quite get it. What's happening?
After the migration? Containerization? Obviously. Do you think this is going to be enough?
Right.
I have some more, but they've got my lasagna in the break room fridge.
Containers, right. Okay.
Migrate and modernize, Robert. You have so much to learn.
Right. Campbell, let's talk about modernization, okay? With Red Hat OpenShift Virtualization, we can modernize at our own pace. So here we have our VMs, right? This one we modernize today and make free microservices, for example. This one maybe it becomes 2 microservices. And down here, we have a VM that will just stay a VM. That's okay as well, because you can keep the same system, even though some systems, we know some workloads, they will stay in VMs. Let's be honest.
So I don't have to put everything in containers all at once?
Exactly.
Oh, thank goodness. Because I have a quiche in the oven, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to need some more containers for it.
Right. Right. Speaking of more containers, another thing that you can do in the cloud, we don't only want to modernize moving to containers. We also want to use managed services, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can have managed databases. That is good for you. You don't need to do the updates and so on the database. Then we have lots of different storage services in the cloud.
You can put my gigabytes there.
Lots of gigabytes. And last but not least, of course, we are living in the AI age. We need to have some AI capabilities. That is also available here. So we can update our apps to stay up to date.
No. It won't work. It won't work. You know what? Shut it down. We don't need to do this video. I'm sorry, Robert. Take 5, whatever. It's all right.
Campbell, what's this about?
Well, we could talk about something else.
We have done all this now.
Yeah, but look, my company is super compliance focused, and there is no way this is compliant. Not a chance. If it's not compliant, I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. I take a hard line. Shut it down.
Campbell, let's talk about trust and security, okay? Azure Red Hat OpenShift, ARO. It is built on top of Azure's global network. It is using Red Hat Enterprise Linux Core OS in the bottom. You get end-to-end encryption, certified images, and you get compliance standards out of the box. In fact, here's a list.
Trust and security compliance standards. PCI DSS, FedRAMP High, HIPAA, High Trust, SOC 2. Woo! All right, this has got to satisfy my compliance folks. You've convinced me, Robert. So where do we start?
Exactly. With ARO and OpenShift Virtualization, you can focus on your apps and your business, and you let Azure handle the audit requirements.
All right, let's go back to the studio. I want to see how this works for my clusters.
Yeah. Okay, Campbell. With OpenShift Virtualization on ARO, you get a cloud-native managed platform for your VMs.
Cost-saving automation with pay-as-you-go billing.
Flexible modernization, where you can mix VMs and containers on the same platform.
And enterprise security backed by a trusted foundation of compliance. Wow. Azure really lets me go full cloud native. I'm ready to give OpenShift Virtualization on ARO a test drive.
Awesome. Check out the links or simply head over to the Azure portal. Spin up an ARO cluster with OpenShift Virtualization and let us know how it goes.